So, Desbo, what's this Sultana thing then?
It's 3,567 live football matches, many of which Sky wouldn't be caught dead showing.
And is it dear, this Santana?
It's not Santana. It's not Sultana. It's not banana. It's Satanta. Sir Tanta.
I know fine well it's Satanta. Just love it when she leans out like that. So anyway, Don, what was that again? Sanatogen.
First Minister, Presiding Officer, we will now proceed with the draw for the CIS Cup semi-finals.
Number 7
Rangers.
versus number 1.
New York Yankees.
That's a tough one. Number 3.
Hearts.
Ah, now you're talking. Versus Dunlop 65.
And that concludes the draw.
No, hold on. There's still another ball left. We'll need to do it again.
I'm afraid we haven't time. Now that we've made an ass of this, we're off to run the country.
Yes, this is me, Chick Young, the voice of reason, standing here in the bowels of Celtic Park, where I'm trying to grab an exclusive word with innocent victim Dida, the Milan goalkeeper. We've all seen the footage. We've all seen the brutality perpetrated upon this fine, honest, upstanding goalie here in this midden of filth tonight. But I have to warn you, it is so brittle that on any of the 10 million occasions when it will be shown in the next 48 hours, I would advise children and Protestants of a nervous disposition to look away.
Celtic toiling here in this match. Gordon Strachan looks agitated. He's going to have to make a change soon. The bottom line is he needs a goal. But this Celtic squad is down to the bare bones. Who has he got on the bench? There's a fat guy with an eye patch. Someone's granny. Old blind Mick the whistle player. And Jakey and Derek Riordan. So who's it going to be? And he's telling the Jakey to warm up.
I've just been playing that mental computer game, Halo 3, with my boy, and it got me thinking. Martin Bain should get onto Sony and see if they could bring out the Rangers version called Hello, Hello 3. And if I'm allowed to say that now, well, I'm saying it, right?
Charlie, mate, we've won in Paris. What about that, then?
Well, James, as the French say, wunderbar. This result is top drawer of the quality tree. And when it is printed in your periodicals, France 0, Scotland 1, all of Europe will sit up and say, is that a misprint?
And what about James McFadden's goal?
It was a peach of a howitzer. 2 words, yeah and dancer. Truth-wise, words cannot verbally do this goal justice. We've beaten France 1-0 for the second time in this group, and the French must be feeling a nasty case of whatever the French is for déjà vu. We've just witnessed the finest, most amazing goal Scotland have scored anywhere to achieve the greatest result ever in the entire lexicon of Scotland's football history. And it's important we don't get carried away.
And now, Book at Bedtime. This week, A Tale of Two Cities, read by Radio Clyde's Peter Martin.
And it was the best of times!
Following Scotland's failure to qualify for next year's European Championships and the news that the Tartan Army would therefore not be travelling to the finals, 36 breweries in Austria and Switzerland have gone bust.
Hugh Stewart!
Ha ha! Fantastic! You can't beat it. Well, what a year it's been, hasn't it, Pat?
Well, it certainly has, Stuart.
You're right there, Pat. And not just with the football, Pat. Let's not forget terrorism. What about that attack on Glasgow Airport with the blazing jeep? The gas at a peep? The molesting sheep? Thank God for John Smeaton, the bold Smeato, the Marshal Tito, the Ecuadorian city of Quito, the EU veto, the breakfast cereal Wheato.
Incidentally, Stuart, I believe the same Smeato was responsible for a serious injury to Alan Hutton.
How come, Pa?
Well, apparently at the game the other day, Super Ali told Smeato that Alan Hutton's been on fire lately, so Smeato jumped on Hutton and decked him.
That's a brammer, Pa. Now, I believe Jonathan Sutherland has been looking at some hilarious websites on his computer. So, while we take a break from all this banter, it's over to Jonathan Sutherland for Jonathan Sutherland. Jonathan.
Yes, Stuart, now it's time for the really important part of sports scene, the wee bit where I check out what's happening on just some of the websites that deranged fans throughout Scotland live their lives through. Big Dougie at Tartan Army Foot Soldiers I Have No Friend or Reunited.com thinks the Scotland manager's job should go to someone with a good Scottish name, who has given all Scotland so much tremendous enjoyment on the international stage. Steve McLaren.
Good night. Prepare for glory! For tonight we dine in hell!
Can I have 300 pies, 300 bovrils, and 300 sashes of brown sauce?
I believe I speak for all Celtic fans, Celtic-minded individuals and chosen people in general when I say we are right behind Arthur Boric. In this day and age, people of all backgrounds should be able to express themselves. What's the world coming to if an individual isn't allowed to bless themselves? Bless themselves again, and make a get it right up you gesture. Pull a funny face, do a funny dance, do the come ahead finger wiggle, and bless themselves again. I mean, what's so offensive about that?
Has the influx of international players into the Premiership had a detrimental effect on the England national team? Let's hope so.
Have I got a problem with shell suit wearing, kestrel lager swilling, devil dug owning tattooed Hoffords? No. I've got on great with all of Neil Lennon's girlfriends.
Paul Hartley, now in your first full season with Celtic, can you sum up how it's been for you?
It's been brilliant. You know, I'm just happy to be part of it all.
Under Gordon Strachan, do you think you've changed much?
Well, no, not really.
And what do you put that down to?
I've honestly no idea.
Well, obviously, index-linked pension, £250 winter fuel allowance, no means testing and pension credits, free personal care and TV licences. Obviously we'll be looking very closely at David Weir's contract demands.
As the excuse factor comes to Glasgow, the search intensifies to find a new national anthem for Scotland that everyone can agree on. Things, however, are not going well, as the panel of judges, Graham Souness, Martin O'Neill and Kathy Jemison, are finding out.
Sorry, who are you?
Ronnie the Corrie.
OK, Ronnie. In your own time.
O flower of Scotland, come on, when will we see?
No, stop. Can I just say something here? It's a no from me.
I thought that was the best performance of the night so far, so I'm going to say yes. Kathy?
Well, you know who you remind me of? Then Kenny Rogers. No, you do sing, you really do. But your singing's red rotten, so it's a no for me as well.
Sorry.
Okay. Next up, a dynamic duo stake their claim.
We're the Proclaimers. And I would walk 500 miles.
And I would walk 500 more.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Na 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 na
Na na na na na na na na na na na. You really made that song your own, Kathy.
Well, I quite like that because at least the words are easy to remember. La la la. Sorry, what was that again?
Stephen Kenny had to go, Ken. Because to be a manager, Ken, you've got to be canny, Ken. And I can't see a canny Kenny, because Kenny can't be canny, Ken.
What did I think when that Ned ran onto the park at the Milan game? To be honest, I was jealous. Because I'd love to tickle a Brazilian.
Enter.
Hello, Dr. Reid. I'm Jerry Terry McDerry, Chief Celtic Correspondent for the Celtic View. I'm here to do the interview.
Aye, come in, son. I'll be away in a minute. There's a couple of protesters out there calling me a war criminal, would you believe? Just can't get a clear shot of them. Bloody hell. Just knocked the heat off Brother Walfred there. Grab a pew.
Well, actually, Chairman, that was going to be my first question. What do you think about these Celtic fans who don't welcome your appointment?
I think too big an issue has been made of this. See, what you've got to remember is many, many more Celtic fans are delighted with my appointment as figurehead of the club. They think that not only will I be a great chairman, but that being a doctor, I will be able to write them sick lines as well.
Chairman, you say you're a Celtic man. How much of a Celtic man?
Well, I now hold 3,000 ordinary shares and 3,000 preference shares, but also, more importantly, I now hold Peter Lawwell by the Nagers. You know, it really is humbling and an honour for me now to be Mr. Selleck and to be walking on the shoulders of giants like Wee Jinky, Sean Maloney, Joe Miller.
So, what do you see as your main job at Celtic Park?
Marketing the brand. MD Disney like us, I market the brand of the sole of my boot in their arses.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, I'm the manager. I know where I want to take this club, and if any players don't want to play for Hibs, then they're out the door.
Unlike yourself. And what about Stephen Fletcher?
I said the same to Stephen as I did to Scott Brown. Kevin Thompson, Stephen Whittaker, Ivan Sproul, Chris Cullen and Derek Riordan. You're going nowhere.
1, 2, 3, 4. And the attendance for today's match between Gretna and Cali Thistle is 28.
Back at the Excuse Factor Glasgow, things were grinding to a halt when in waltzed someone with the reactions of a mongoose and the swagger of a polecat.
Well, you know, as you say, I'd like to sing a song that was a big hit for the king, Joe Dolce. What a singer he was. His voice was unique, just like Sinatra, Viv Damone, and Garth Brooks. But no one sings Dylan like Bob Dylan, apart from the Eagles and Led Zeppelin. And that is why I love Elton John. So here now is my tribute to Mr. Luther Vandross in the style of Andy Williams. Memories like the... No, sorry, it's gone.
By now, things are steadily going from bad to worse. Until...
So, tell us a bit about yourself.
I am Donald Finlay, the Cowdenbeath crooner, the Sidney Devine of the legal profession, the Tommy Scott of Queen's councillors, the Darius of the judiciary, and I am here to tell you all that old Blue Nose is back.
Okay. Let's hear what you've got.
You take the high road and I'll take the low road, and I'll be in trouble as usual.
I mean, seriously, it's a serious no from me.
Objection!
Overruled. Kathy?
Please, Kathy, it is my dream. I want this. I need this so badly.
Stop it. You'll have me great in a minute.
Can I just say, this is my whole life. And I was singing tonight, not for me, but for my dog, Luther, who died last week after being hit by a bus full of nuns.
Well, I'm going to say yes. But only because I've got this nephew who's got me hat roasted, so he has. I might need you to bail him out one day.
Thank you so much. Graham, please, say yes.
Right. I've made my decision. You're going through.
Yes!
That door that leads to the street. No! And going back home. To pack a bag, you're going to boot camp.
Yes!
Too slow. Miles off the pace. Can't hit the same heights. Worn out. Winkly. And just not fit. Basically, the Spice Girls should never have reformed.
Oh, aye. I miss the dressing room at Tynecastle. Every morning you'd meet somebody new.
Oh, you watching cyberspace? What you looking at? Airdrie United for your name day. We'll take yous on. We hate everybody. We hate every breed. We're Airdrie United and we're bouncing on your head.
Excuse me, sir. Can you keep the noise down, please? This is a public library.
Sorry, missus.
In 2007, television was rocked to its foundations by scandals and shocking revelations. Even Her Most Glorious Majesty the Queen was deceptively edited to make it look like she was in a cream puff. Well, let me assure you, the BBC viewer, that when Charles Young files a report, you get solid, unprejudiced, unbiased journalistic integrity. Take this interview I recently carried out. Gordon Smith, how would you describe your new role at the SFA?
Say nothing, do nothing, be nothing.
But you get to watch all the big games. For instance, the glorious first Old Firm game of the season, Rangers 3, them 0. What are your thoughts on Walter Smith's Rangers revival?
It's been marvellous, and that's buoyed me up.
I couldn't have put it better myself. And as head of the SFA, have you a message for the nation's Blue Noses?
What about the people?
Sorry, Gordon, what was that?
What about the people?
And finally, Gordon, complete this phrase. Rangers are simply...
The best.
Simply the best. Gordon, thank you.
And now on STV, Scott Sport Rugby Sunday, where your commentator is Archie McPherson.
He'll let fly. Oh, handball, surely. Another handball. He's wrestling him to the ground.
Should fans be allowed bevy at the football? No, I don't think so. See, I'm a Partick Thistle fan, and I can't mix alcohol with my antidepressants.
Frank, I really mean it. I really do. You're going to boot camp.
Boot camp? If it's full of growlers, you can forget it.
Alex, let's talk about Italy, the Azzurri, and their famous blue jerseys, who were in all white that day at Hampden, and the traditionally Scottish pre-match misguided optimism we all felt. Remember these messages of support?
I have a message from number 10 for the Scotland boss, Alan McLeish.
That's Alex.
Alex McLeish. Alex, like me, you followed a successful predecessor and continued with his prudent good work. So I was just wondering, could you give me any advice? Because I'm making an arse of it down here.
Well, you know, Big Egg, you know, as you say, Scotland versus Italy, Le Italianos, the Magyars. And you know, I know all about playing in Italia from my time at Huddersfield Town. But at the top level, above all, the most important thing is concentration, you know. You must concentrate. Concentrate on... I'm sorry, what was I talking about again?
Greatly appreciated.
And did it inspire you, getting messages of support from such great men?
No.
Getting back to the game, could we have won it? Should we have won it? How come we didn't? I blame McManus.
I'd rather be dignified, not apportion blame to anyone, apart from the referee.
Yes, that's right. Senor Gonzalez, the Latin referee. And of course, like many of my colleagues in the media, I'm using the description Latin because obviously we can't just come right out and say tatty muncher. But moving on and looking back, Alex, I'm sure the fans would like to know by wanting me to ask, at what stage did the Birmingham offer to treble your wages first start to interest you?
Well, Chick, it wasn't about the money. It was about the day-to-day involvement at a dreary, unfashionable club who will never win anything.
Alex McLeish, the man who some might say has gone from Braveheart to cheap tart, the man who used Scotland to hoor himself around the English Premiership fat cats, the man who betrayed the trust of his nation, the man who screwed a trip to South Africa out of the SFA even though he knew he was legging it. I'm sure I speak for everyone when I say all the very best.
Who could be the new Scotland manager? Well, what about wee Jack McConnell? 'Cause he loves football, he really does, son. Why else would he marry a woman with footballers' legs, you know what I'm saying? Mind you, much as I'd like wee Jack to get the job, between you and me, I already know who it's going to be. I do, son. 'Cause see, me and my pal, May Wallace, we were in TJ Hughes buying brushed cotton windset pyjamas for our man's Christmas. Only $6.99. And I was like this to me, I says, May, don't look now, but see that boy over there with the moustache who's looking at the thermal vests? That's John Luis Felipe Scolari. And May went, what, the Portugal manager? No, it's no one. I mean, it is. And it was tea, because we followed him, and see about half an hour later, we saw him waiting on the number 45 bus that goes to Mount Florida. And I mean, what would the man with a moustache be doing getting a bus that drops you off at Hampden? You know what I'm saying, son?
So, Charlie, mate, we have to mention it. What about that controversial free kick after the challenge between Italy's Cellini and Scotland's Alan Hutton? The ref's blown to say Hutton hut him. But really, Hutton's hut it and got hutted. And Hutton getting hutted has hurt Scotland heavy. They've hut it over, hut the net, and we've hut the road. Hutton getting hutted, hut.
Well, we're having a great time here at the BBC's Hogmanay party. And we hope you'll be joining us later on to welcome in the new year with a whole host of special guests, including Phil and Ali, who can already hardly contain their excitement.
Guten Abend, mein Schnitzel Dodgers. What are you lot doing? Looking at the pictures?
Aye. So, Davy, do you think today's footballers' wages are obscene?
Well, it's come to something when an Inverness Cally Thistle player can afford cocaine.
I see the Ross County chairman said he sacked Dick Campbell because he lacked panache. Surely, though, as long as you're getting results, shouldn't matter what aftershave you wear.
So, who do we think is going to win everything this year?
Celtic Football Club.
Well, why not have ein cheeky punt in it?
I'll not be putting on a bet because gambling is a sin.
No, it isn't.
I bet you it is.
Well, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is.
Mug brokes for every cheeky punt.
Me, you know, all those f***ers.
Am I puzzled with Magic Zurawski? Aye. We seem to have the only work-shy Pole in Scotland.
Excuse me, sir. Can I ask your opinion on something?
Sure, doll. Fire in.
I'd like to ask you what you think of the Scottish Parliament's plan of introducing wild beaver to Scotland.
Wild beaver.